don't you worry now. Yeah. Woo. CDA and Stacia. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA and Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future. This is the time to communicate and rearrange. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from Orion star to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future. This is the time to communicate and rearrange. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from Orion star to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from Orion star to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Woo. CDA Stacia. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future. This is the time to communicate and rearrange. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from around your start to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from around your start to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future.
Good night, everyone. Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to the first meet and greet of CDA Stacia for the Island Council and Electoral College elections. My name is Yuri Blake. I'm going to be your MC tonight, and I'm going to start with letting you all know I am candidate number 4. I have to keep remembering to say that. I'm candidate number 4. And let me start to explain to you all what we're going to do tonight, what our plan is. So, tonight you're gonna have the opportunity to learn more about our party. You're gonna learn what we stand for, but we wanna make it fun. So we're gonna have a moment where you can speed date the candidates. I don't know if you've ever seen speed dating or heard about speed dating. You're gonna have a candidate sit at a table and 2 people are gonna be able to come and talk to a candidate, ask your questions, so you can already start preparing yourself for what you want to know from the candidates, what's important to you, and then you're gonna be able to ask each candidate a question or many questions, however much the 2 minutes gives you. After the 2 minutes, you're gonna hear a buzz, or you're gonna hear me or someone else say something, and then we switch and we continue. But we're also gonna be able to hear from the candidates personally. So we have candidate number 2, Yuri's gonna talk, Ghost, and of course our leader, Shaira Fleming. But But this ain't Island Council, but we're gonna keep it short because in the Island Council we hope to have short speaking times as well. So if you want to know part of our platform, no long talk all the time. But we're also gonna get to meet some new candidates. We have Elizabeth and Jolly and Miss Cheryl, whom you might not know, but we hope at the end of the night you're gonna know everyone. You're gonna know what CDA Stacia is about. So I wanna say, let's get started. I'm gonna put on this mic and then we're gonna set up the speed dating, right, Sha? All right. Okay. And yeah, in the meantime, DJ Sense gonna keep us here. He's also a part of CDA. Zoom in on his t-shirt. We love it. So in the meantime, while we get it set up, Sense gonna play some tunes for us.
My island, Stacia, the hidden gem of the Caribbean. Let me take you on a tour where wonderful stories were told. Let me take you right back into time where ordinary stories unfold. An island so small yet so bold that anchors its riches and gold. This gem I call my home. Hidden treasures, history still told. Salute the land of the free. Let a pearl so dear to me. As I tread in the million seas, I behold my eyes to see. Golden rocks so strong, so firm, I have never forsaken thee. Welcome to my island, Stacia. My historical island, ask anyone. Welcome to my island. Welcome to my island, Stacia. My beautiful island, Stacia. Where divers come from near and far. The ocean's welcomes feel so calm. Find blue beads gushing onto shore. This perfect gem I so adore. This gem I call my home. Hidden treasures, history still told. Salute the land of the free. Let a pearl so dear to me. As I tread in the million seas, I behold my eyes to see. Golden rocks so strong, so firm, I have never forsaken thee. Welcome to my island. Welcome to Stacia. My historical island, ask anyone. Welcome to my island, Stacia. My beautiful island, Stacia. Island folk, joy and love, everybody wanna celebrate. Let's all just come together. Forefathers paved the way. North and south, east and west. This love will not decay. From cool to little mountain, everybody help me say. Oh, my sweet island in the sun. It's something lovely left me. You take my breath away. My sweet island.
I forgot to mention one thing while we're setting up for the speed dating. There are different topics that the CDA wants to address. You got a paper with them on it. So, for instance, I am going to be talking about housing, education, equality, and healthcare. So if that's something you want to discuss, then you would come to my table. But let's say you really want to talk about infrastructure, you go to Yuri's table, for instance. If you want to talk about tourism or education, you go to Miss Cheryl or Jolly, yeah? So when you check the tables, look to see what the person has on their cards, yeah? Okay, perfect.
My island in the sun.
Island in the sun. Hey, hey.
Got to sing about your beauty. There's so much that I can say.
Like a wave you move me. My hidden gem in the Caribbean Sea. That's what you
for real.
My beautiful Stacia, coming from miles away, yeah. To feel the sun on my face, yeah. And the black sand on my feet.
My station is golden, resilience overflowing. If you take the time to notice, then you would see what I see. I'm seeing my people standing strong. There's no stepping back, we stand as one. Together united, no matter what, we always find a way.
We always find a way.
'Cause it's in our DNA. It's in our DNA.
Cycle, yeah. You make me feel like I'm on skipping my title. Just running through all of my veins. You making me feel so strange. Watching the way that you just whine, yeah. The way you whine just blow my mind. I know that you're special. You're mentally gentle, yeah. No more worries, I'm fine. Right in the center.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready. Before I continue, I want to welcome the general public who's looking at us online. If you want to really hear what we're talking about candidate for candidate, I would suggest that you come on by at Frankie's right now. We're going to be here for a while. So if you're online looking at us, come on. Come on over. Okay, we're going to start the speed dating. So I think everyone has a person. Does everyone have a person? Because everyone can't have a person at once, but we're going to switch. Yeah? All right, so I'll let Erica start the timer now. All right, see you in 2 minutes. Cycle, yeah.
title. Just running through all of my veins. You're making me feel so strange. Watching the way that you just whine. Yeah, the way you whine just blow my mind. I know that you're special. You're mentally gentle. Yeah, no more worries. I'm fine. I'm fine. Right in the center. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Right on the side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Switch to the next side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Say down to the down to the down to the gong girl. To the down to the down to the gong girl. I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Say I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Hands on the head. Do the walk. Hands to the front. Do the walk. Hands on your knees. Do the walk. Oh, I like it. You make me feel like I will never have trouble. The things you do, I feel like I ain't recycle. You're special in each and every way. It's a feeling I can't explain. Watching the way that you just whine. Yeah, the way you whine just blow my mind. I know that you're special. You're mentally gentle. Yeah, no more worries. I'm fine. I'm fine. Right in the center. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Right on the side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Switch to the next side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Say down to the down to the down to the gong girl. To the down to the down to the gong girl. I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Say I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Hands on the head. Do the walk. Hands to the front. Do the walk. Hands on your knees. Do the walk. Oh, I like it. Watching the way that you just whine. Yeah, the way you whine just blow my mind. I know that you're special. You're mentally gentle. Yeah, no more worries. I'm fine. I'm fine. Right in the center. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Right on the side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Switch to the next side. Do the walk. Do the walk. Do the walk. Say down to the down to the down to the gong girl. To the down to the down to the gong girl. I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Say I like it like that. Oh, I like it. Hands on the head. Do the walk. Hands to the front. Do the walk. Hands on your knees. Do the walk. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it.
Central Stacia, Central Stacia, Central Stacia, my island in the Central Stacia, oh Central Stacia, Central Stacia, my island in the sun. Let's go. My island in the sun. What would I do without you? This is my home, sweet home. I will never forget you. From Venus to white wall, sunrise is bright and strong and shines above us all. The nature station brings historical sights and gems. Oh, how can I forget you? Central Stacia, Central Stacia, Central Stacia, my island in the sun. Central Stacia, oh Central Stacia, Central Stacia, my island in the sun. My station, my golden rod, how can I live without you? I can never be apart from this island in the sun. Stacia, you're my number one. I will never forget you. Could be a million miles away, I still love you. 'Cause you're the center of my heart. We will never be apart. My station, Central Stacia, Central Stacia, Central Stacia, my island in the sun. Central Stacia,
People, I'm sorry. They put me here to say time is up. So the candidates have to switch tables. So the candidates are, I'm gonna go sit by Mr. Gershon now. So Ghost, you can switch with me, that's easy. But we have to switch, yeah? So we're switching now. Yeah, we're gonna date. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, not because of the hair on my head, not because of the rest of my dread, not because of the things that we do. That don't mean that we ain't just like you. Not because of the way how we live, not because of the color of the skin, not because of some smoke in the air. That don't mean that we don't be all our equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Oh yeah, we all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Not because of the way how we dress, not because of the jewels on the neck, not because we be rolling with a crew. That don't mean that we ain't just like you. Not because of a man being today, not because that his friends in the same, not because that you never been there true. That don't mean that you better than them. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Yeah, yeah. Not because that you have lots of money, not because that your character's so nice, not because of the work that you do. It doesn't mean that we ain't just like you. Not because of the way how we like, not because that we have a good time, not because that you don't do it too. That don't mean that we ain't just like you. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Yeah, yeah. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Oh yeah. Not because of the hair on my head, not because of the rest of my dread, not because of the things that we do. That don't mean that we ain't just like you. Not because of the way how we live, not because of the color of the skin, not because of some smoke in the air. That don't mean that we don't be all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals. We all are equals. Oh yeah. We all are equals.
What a shame on this island. Natalie, the #1 woman. She went missing, she could not be found. They turn Aruba upside down. Dogs, planes, government workers. They bring the boats with the deep sea scanners. Big rewards, enough propaganda. But this case closed? I wonder. Locally, it's sad to see that our own comes secondly. He was gone for so long, just he was not a priority. Only 9 days they search for him. How can that be? He was one of we. So where is the love for our own? The respect and the pride for the place that we call home. Where Bring musicians from all over. Royal treatment, nothing the governor. Private jets and long limousines. Red carpet treatment, spotlight scenes. Soul Beach concerts and the jazz festival. Promotion cannon, hits incredible. Entrance high to pay the salary. Yet they can't reach our quality. Locally, it's sad to see that our own comes secondly. Calypso contest is the best, not promoted internationally. Every year thousands come to see we. How can that be? We deserve equality. So where is the love for our own? The respect and the pride for the place that we call home. Where we belong, tell me where we belong. I say sing now, where we belong. Oh, where we belong. Sing the chorus, left, right, left, right. Foreigners bleeding we country, investors stealing we money, tax holiday they giving for free, while the taxman trying hard just to kill we. A Rubian resort bill high like a mountain. If that was we, El Mar don't start cutting. Valero come and rip us a new one. Bend down low now, wait for the Chinese man. Locally, it's sad to see that our own comes secondly. Bushiri, a gift to we, given by the Queen, Her Majesty. Now it stands in misery. How can that be? It belongs to we. So where is the love for our own? The respect and the pride for the place that we call home. Where we belong, tell me where we belong. Sing now, where we belong. I wanna know where we belong. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Tell me where we belong. Sing now, where we belong. I wanna know where we belong.
That is time again. It was time. I'm gonna ask everyone who's far away from me that I can't see so well. We're gonna have okay, I see y'all, you can't hear me. Okay, oh, you can hear me now. The people in the back. Coach, we're gonna call Coach Snake to come forward. This one here. We're gonna call him to come forward, and Coach is gonna talk to us about our party plan and what our goals are. That's not what Coach talking about no more. Coach is going to tell you himself what he's talking about. I'm confused. Oh, okay. Okay, come forward, Coach. So if everyone can come this way, then we can hear him well. Okay.
Good evening. You may wonder what I'm doing here, because all these candidates, such beautiful candidates on that poster are younger than half my age. So what is this old man doing here? I also decided not really to talk about the party program, because this party program is not written by me. The party program is written by these young people in those green shirts. And I prefer that they explain the party program. I want to talk about, and I think that's important, we know where we are, or we know, let me say, we know where we want to go, because that's in our party program. But it is also important that we know where we are and where we came from. And that is what I want to highlight a little bit. Unfortunately, the light is mediocre for me, and I'm a little blind in the dark. You can't hold it for me? As I said, we have our party program. It's well put together, and it explains the vision for Stacia from the eyes of the next generation. Tonight, this will be explained to you also by the next generation and not by your truly. But in order to know where we are, we need to know where we came from. And that is what I would like to highlight a little bit. And that is called, I call it, the return to democracy. And why do we want to discuss, or do I want to discuss this topic? Well, March 15th, we are having the elections for the second time since the intervention in 2018. The last time was October 2020, a year and a half after the date that the elections should have taken place. And at the time, it was really extremely difficult for me to ask you to vote for me to become a member of the Island Council, while I would not be able to represent you properly since the Council was withheld the most important powers, such as the budget right, which, by the way, we still do not have. Well, if these rights were not to be returned with these elections, I would not be willing to ask you to vote for me again. Being an Island Council member, I need to have the powers and the tools to properly represent you. And that doesn't only count for me, that counts for any Island Council member. It cannot be that you vote for me while the government commissioner and in extension the Ministry of The Hague decides what is good for you. Then the next question you may ask is why it is me to bring up this topic. Well, I am an elected member of the Island Council since 2011. And that was the beginning of the time that Stacia became a public entity within the Netherlands. 3 consecutive terms I have served in this council, and also I was one of the council members that due to the intervention in 2018 was sent home. And believe you me, I'm still upset about that. Some want you to believe that I was the mastermind behind it. But I have to admit that at the time I supported the intervention. I was not a mastermind, I think. And you know what? It was on my birthday, February the 8th, 2018, that the then State Secretary Knops handed us the message with our marching orders. The entire government was sent home. Executive Council, Island Council, governor, everybody. A government commissioner was appointed who became Island Council, Executive Council, governor, kingdom, representative, all in one. This proved to be an almost impossible combination without any checks and balances. Was the intervention necessary, you may ask? It's clear that not everyone thinks the same about this. Well, I believe it was necessary. Okay. There was a level of lawlessness. Even a motion was passed in the Island Council to ignore the laws of the land. There was financial mismanagement. Although some of the PLP party who were in government at the time make it believe that they inherited a financial chaos. Well, I like to remind people that it was the Coalition of Hope, maybe you remember that name. It was the PLP, the UPC, and the then STEP parties who, with their poor financial government, were the first ones ever in 2011 to have financial supervision installed over them. And I know because I became the next, finance commissioner at the time. Well, Clyde van Putten, well known to all of you, and Glenn Smith, maybe you know him too, were the responsible commissioners at the time. The financial chaos Van Putten claimed to have inherited in 2015 came, if it was true, from the UPC. Mr. Merkman was in the UPC. The Lijfrock Coalition, well, the UPC's Kabi is now number 2 on the list of the DP. And check where Merkman ended up. On the PLP list, number 2. And they were responsible, according to Mr. Van Putten, for the financial mess at the time. Wow. Well, Mr. Glenn Smith at the time stated that he did not want to go to the gallows twice. I think most of you all remember that statement. But he did. He went to the gallows twice. After first time, he received his marching order from Franklin for non-performance. He later was hired and sent home by Miss Lijfrock for the same reasons. And see where he is now. For the third time appointed as commissioner and now by the PLP. Well, I did not see him perform yet, and he is there since October. But I guess this stint, this time, is too short to be sent to the gallows a third time. Well, we are under the restoration law, as it's called now. All kinds of criteria need to be met in order to return to full local democratic government. As I said earlier, I supported the intervention, but this restoration law is an outright disaster, causing unworkable working situations. It allowed the government commissioner basically to do what he, and later she, feels like. Instead of implementing policies to improve the development of the island, all emphasis is placed on bureaucratic procedures, sometimes unexplainable infrastructural projects without a clear vision are being executed and to make believe that the island is prospering and moving forward. I have an example. We got a brand new airport terminal, but we started to subsidize a ferry service, hereby losing almost all regular scheduled flights into Stacia. And not talking about the cost, $300 and something, $314 I paid last for a ticket to St. Martin. The government commission wants to promote tourism, but besides that she does nothing to bring airlift to the island, and also there is no money for marketing in government budget at all. So you want to promote tourism, but you do not put any money on the budget for it. And as the Island Council sits on the sideline, representing you, the voter, but with no authority to make any difference. The situation has resulted in a standoff between Government Commissioner and Island Council. There was no cooperation, no transparency still, and a lot of distrust. A lengthy mediation process had to be carried out, which at the end still did not end into a consensus. It is therefore that I cannot, like in 2020, again ask you to the polls and put your vote on me, or on Yurisa for that matter, unless the situation will be changed. And let me be clear, a return to democracy is not for me or to please politicians, but it is the democratic right of you, the people.
Exactly.
You are the one being punished if you cannot elect an island council with full authority. We are 5 years now into the intervention, and mainly due to the great pressure from my part, and I have to admit also the PLP party. State Secretary Van Huffelen has decided that democracy will return under certain conditions after elections March 15. Well, that was a struggle. Well, this, by the way, was also against the advice of the government commissioner, who believed that even after having no less than 5 years to fix things, she was far from ready. And I'm wondering what all these hired expensive consultants and high-level Dutch civil servants with an almost unlimited budget have been doing the last 5 years. Will anybody be blamed for this failure, which is in a category not heard of on this island? And if everything goes well, after March 15, normal democracy will be returned to Stacia, and the Island Council will again have its budget right. On the one hand, we have to be happy about this, but when one looks at a little closer, I'm afraid that due to the intervention and the direct involvement of the Ministry of Basic Care and the Government Commissioner, our financial household might well be in more problems than ever before. Due to the poor judgment of the Government Commissioner, the judge ruled that government has to pay $6.4 million to a hotel developer. Well, that's half of our island budget. That most likely 6.4 million that we most likely need to pay to a developer down on the bay. That is, the College of Financial Supervision, CFT, on the other hand, predicts that by the government commissioner predicted deficit might well be more than 2 million. The government commissioner says 700,000. The CFT thinks, well, it might be 2.4 million. Well, 2.4 million is hanging over our head, plus the 6.4. That's almost our entire island budget. And to answer Mr. Lopes, for the 6.4 million lawsuit, Mrs. Van Huffelen, the state secretary, publicly has already stated that she takes no responsibility. This responsibility, according to her, lies with the local government. Well, I thought that the last 5 years, this local government was carried out by her department and her government commissioner. Now, it hangs as a sort of Damocles. That's it, right? Damocles? Damocles had the big sword that's hanging over your head. Of the next island council, who may well start with a financial disaster even before they begin, and they have no fault of it. The same counts for the deficit. And even in the law, it's not allowed. But in our case, they can have a deficit. Yet their own appointed government was allowed to build up a deficit. And it will be up to the new democratic government to deal with this burden if it goes on the way we think it will. Now that's a scary thought. To a large part, the intervention was intended to improve the financial household of Statia government. Well, it appears that the opposite will be achieved after 5 years of intervention. It is a crying shame.
Exactly.
What's my view on the case? Have the goals of the intervention been achieved? The answer is clearly no. Does this mean that it needs to drag on with those people who have clearly proven that they cannot handle the matter? Also here, the answer is clearly no. Does then democracy, on the other hand, need to be restored and the Island Council regain its original powers? To me, the answer is yes. It took long enough. And again, it's not for the politicians or the political parties that democracy needs to be restored. It is, in my view, unacceptable that you, the voter, will be deprived of your right to elect a normal democratic government. And it has taken too long already. 5 years is already an unacceptable long time, and it shows a great level of incompetence. And to me, it is incredible that not the state secretary and neither the government commissioner takes any responsibility for this failure. But it should be clear that it can not only be the state secretary who can demand for conditions when democracy will be restored, because she wants all kinds of conditions from our side. Also, we as representatives of you, the people, will demand conditions, financially and in capacity that will guarantee that we, and of course the newly elected Island Council, will not fail and not be held accountable by the same people that are responsible for the failure of the past 5 years. And who can better do the job than this group of aspiring young professional people on the Stacia list under the leadership of none other than Shahira Fleming. A no-nonsense, hard-working young lady who has already proven herself as a teacher, as an entrepreneur, and now as a politician. A community-minded person, Statia's future leader. There she is. Okay. I have a picture. Not of Shahira, because it's there already. Of a, how do you call this? A traffic sign. It is red, orange, and green. Okay.
Do you know what the meaning of colors?
Shut up. Red means stop.
Okay.
That's the DP. They prefer to stop and wait and let the Dutch do the work for them. Okay. Now we have orange. Orange, you all know who's orange. Orange is between stopping and going. with the orange party, the POP, I'm afraid it will look like we will be going and then stopped after a while when the light still jumps on red. Then we have green. Which party is green? That's the green party. CDA Stacia, and we will go straight into a bright future. Huh? It is therefore clear what you should do on election day. Vote CDA, of course. CDA, Christian Democratic Appeal. Thank you.
CDA means go. I love it. I love it. The rest I ain't got nothing to say about, but I'm gonna just smile and grin. But CDA means go, green means go, CDA means go, and we're about to go into a brighter future. Mr. Lutz was asking what does CDA stand for, Christian Democratic Appeal, and of course CDA Stacia, it's on our t-shirts. And that just means that we are ready to also stand for the things that stations believe in. We are a Christian community. And my gosh, we love our democracy. And we're all excited to go out to the polls on March 15th to go vote green, go vote for CDA. We're all excited about that. And that is our appeal. We're appealing to you, everyone at home, everyone out in the community, to come out on March 15th and vote CDA Stacia. Doesn't matter where you put your dot. I mean, I would love it if you put it on Shahira. But you can put it on any one of the 7, as long as it's on the green list. We are the number 3 list for the Island Council elections and number 2 for the Electoral College, because some people thought it wasn't important to get on that list. But we ready, and we're ready to go for you. And that's what we are about. I'm going to leave Sense, play some music, get you all, I have to say it. Coast, this is why you're in the Island Council no more. Coast going take a back seat so the new ones can come in. And we don't know how much. We hope it's a lot. We hope it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we could put 6, 7. But we're excited. To go into shorter speeches. Cause y'all gonna hear that from Sha when she comes out later. You gonna understand it's gonna be short and sweet just like her. But Sense gonna play some music and then we're gonna get into some interviews cause time running and I want you all to meet Jolly and Cheryl. So, Sense, hit up.
Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from around your start to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Woo. CDA Stacia. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you worry. Serving Stacia, changing the future.
That was our jingle. I hope that you all enjoy it because I love that song. It's a bop. I'm gonna call Miss Cheryl. Let me move this podium a little bit. I feel so stuffy behind the podium. So Miss Cheryl is coming to us now, and I have some questions for her. Okay.
Good evening,
give Cheryl a
everybody.
hand. Give Cheryl a hand. Let's go clap. Okay. So I know who you are, but Can you tell the general public who you are?
My name is Cheryl Bruch. I was born in Curacao. I lived all over. I lived in Holland. I lived in Anguilla. I lived in St. Martin. And now I'm here in Statia. And I find Statia a beautiful island, to be
That's
honest.
true. That's true. I agree. Okay, so I want to ask you first and foremost, what compelled you to run? What's the reason that you want to be a member of the Island Council and serve the community of Statia?
You know, I've been coming to Statia, not only coming to live here, but I've been coming to Statia many times. My daughter is living here. So every time I come Statia, my focus was always on the prices on Statia.
Ah, okay.
You
We're
see,
not getting that.
the first time I came, I noticed certain certain things that they are selling in Statia was abnormal, expensive. And I even asked the person who was selling that product to me, I asked him, I said, what special is in this thing that you are selling it for so much? And you know, it's a mora croquette. You say, wait, mora croquette is not expensive in Holland.
That's true.
But you're gonna come and sell me mora croquette for $250. Come now. That was my first question. Why? Then I continue coming back to Statia for holidays to look at my grandchildren them and my daughter. And every time I come Statia, the prices go up.
Every week.
Now I'm living in Statia, I realize prices go up every week. And that's not normal. And I always, when I start working here, I'll talk to my colleague and I tell them how I feel, how I see it. And I think because I could make a change, and I'm not saying only me, if we can come together to make that change, it will be a plus.
I agree with you, Miss Cheryl. That's exactly what we on. We're about the coming together part. I want to ask you a question because we have a whole list of topics, and I wanted to ask you about tourism because you touch on the cost of food. I want to find out about how do you see tourism? What is your plan, future council lady, councilwoman Bruch?
Now, I know for tourism, you know, I just focus on the island surrounding. Now, Statia is an island. They don't have much activity. Now, if I look at Simbarts is an island that doesn't have much activity, but it attracts a lot of tourists. Yeah? And I say, okay, if Simbarts can attract tourists, we can do it too here. We can do it to one, the harbor fees for the vessels. It's too expensive. It needs to be reduced. Okay, we have to be careful also for the quality of tourism we want in Statia. Yeah, so we have to work on that. We can ask the tourist consultant to come in and do their research, yeah, to see what we can do for Statia. Yeah, and also there's only one plane coming to Statia, and now I can understand it's only 2 days, 2 times
2 times a day.
a day they are coming.
For $400.
We can get, we can try get other aircraft to come in, straight from Bonaire to Statia, straight from Curacao to Statia, instead of going to St. Martin, because that's why the cost is high. Yeah? Or straight from Aruba to Statia.
We love
yes.
that idea. We love that idea.
Yes, we need that. We need that. Because the hubbing in St. Martin to Stacia, it's expensive. It's expensive, and it's only one airline that can it. It's not realistic to me. It can't own it. So we need to work on that also. Yeah? And also Stacia can be a eco-tourism island. Stacia have the quill.
Stacia Green.
It's green. It have its diving park. You know, and instead of catering only to Europe, hey, we could go and cater to the USA. And you know, that's why I see also that most of the Americans then pass Stacia, pass all the islands, and go straight to St. Bart's.
Yep.
So we can do it too. We have to sell Stacia outside there. Sell Stacia not only to the European, but also to the Americans.
Okay, next question. I want to go back on income. We touch on food. I think I want to go back to food. But tell me how you see our income on Stacia. What are the issues with it, and also what are your solutions?
For the high cost in Stacia, the income, the minimum income I find is too low. It's $1,236. It's too low. You paying a rent, probably people paying a rent for $500, $600. And at the end of the day, they have to pay stucco, they have to pay water and light, they have to pay whatever they have to pay. Internet, they cannot survive it. So I find the income, the minimum income, I find personally is too low. It's too low. You know, they're saying it's not possible. You know, I believe, I always think positive. Where there's a way, there's a will. You know, and sorry to say that, but I cannot pronounce it precise, but the municipality,
The municipality?
Yes.
The English teacher.
Yes, I say it in French, sorry. Yeah? And the province, I find it's the same thing.
Yeah.
There's no for scale, there's no difference. It's just that we are an island, and though the state in Holland is a province. And I find we should have equal rights.
I agree.
Equal rights. It doesn't have no difference. I find the government in Holland doing these things because it's convenient to them. They are not looking at us. They are looking at them, it's convenient to them. But I find the
Municipality, Stacia gemeente.
the Stacia gemeente, yeah, can enjoy the same thing what the province are enjoying. Yeah? Straight up. Simple as that.
Okay, Miss Cheryl on the equality train. My last question. At the health department, I'm lucky to have worked with you. No, listen to the question good. At the health department, when people call, right? They just get good instructions from Miss Cheryl. If you call tomorrow, whatever she got to tell you is good instructions. I want you to give the community of Stacia some instructions on what they are supposed to do on March 15th.
You know, we are Christian Democratic Appeal, yeah? And Stacia is supposed to be a Christian community.
We are.
Now, if you read the Bible, yeah? The Bible talks about government. Yeah? You could go look for it in Romans, the book of Romans. It talks about government. And government are there for the people. Not for me alone, I have to go in there and do what I want. No. Government is for the people. God put the government there for the people in order to, encourage those that do good and punish those that do bad. Yeah? No, it's for real.
No,
it's true.
we're at church tonight,
It is
Sunday
true.
night. Amen.
It is true. It's to
Amen.
punish those who do bad. Yeah. It's funny. So I'm telling, people are saying they are not going to vote because many promises given to them and nothing was done. Me, I ain't making no promise to nobody. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I will go, if I reach in there, I will do my best and I will work for the people.
Here.
That's all I could say, but I'm not going to promise nobody anything. That's dangerous. Yeah, that's very dangerous. So as a Christian, I encourage everyone, even though you promise have been made and it wasn't given to you, hey, we are new. Give us a chance. Give us a chance and then complain after if nothing is being done. But go out there and vote. If things wasn't going good now, you could vote and take out the person that you put there and saying that things didn't go there now. Vote CDA. Vote us. We will make a change and we will change the future.
Yes! Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl. Thank you so much, Miss Cheryl. Serving Stacia, changing the future. I want to shout out our youth wing because they're the ones who came up with the motto and really want to serve Stacia so we can change the future for the grandkids over there. We want to change them for our children. We're going... Should we speed date now or should we go to the... We're going to continue with the next person. Yuri, you ready? All right. Then it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our number 2 candidate for the Island Council and Electoral College elections on March 15th. It's not the first time you're going to see him. He is my brother. I love him. I want y'all to listen good. I'm excited. Yuri, come. This is Yuri Blake. Everybody, clap.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Yuri Blake, as you all may know, better known as Rosabelle and Blake Boy, or since the advent of Facebook, better known as the Governor. Now, I stand before you all today, not with ego, but with pride. The pride that only other Statia people possess. This same pride that allows any of us to love this land and represent Statia the loudest wherever we go. If it's one thing people know about me, is that I'm from Statia. Whether I was in Europe, all over the Caribbean, the US, or South America. People knew where I was from. I ain't here to question nobody love for their land or nobody love for our land. But I am calling for all of us to fight, to stop fighting amongst ourselves and fight together and put aside our differences and come together like the colors in the flag, red, white, blue, green, and yellow. I am part of CDA party for this exact same reason. All of us are different. All of us come from different places, but we all have one common goal, to see the absolute best for G-Rock. The one thing that we all have in common is that we want to see the best for Statia. I want to turn Statia back into the Golden Rock, the gold standard of infrastructure and nature coexisting and complementing each other, the gold standard of farming and trade, a country that can feed itself and feed everybody around us. Now, I have a few 5-year plans and 10-year plans. Hopefully, if you put me in there, or you put me in there, we could get some of those things underway. Right now, we are blessed with a longer than usual rainy season because the rainy season does normally stop in January. We are almost in March and it's still raining. Thanks, Gershon. It'll stop in February. It's supposed to stop just now. But the problem is, when it stops, the places get dry and dry real quick. Water retention, something that we have to work on. I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and they said back in the days, the older days, they used to make sure divert the water to certain places, so where they don't have no houses or anything, the water stays there and settle back into the ground, so that we have well water and the place stays greener longer. That is one thing that I want to get underway. Water retention. Another thing. Anybody know what's a neem tree? Now here, I know we have a good relationship with the neem trees. The thing is, those neem trees are not native to Statia, and they are known as weeds. But the thing is, they are also healthy. The leaves we can turn into different products for skincare and lotion. And anybody ever buy neem soap from Selby's? You see? You see? Sure. We need to farm the neem trees, get rid of some of them, but replace them with trees that are native to our place. Because we can't let something that are foreign come inside and destroy everything we have here. But the good thing about neem trees is it does grow anywhere. And when I tell you anywhere, anywhere. Very fast. So we also have a problem with what? The cliff and the falling in and erosion. Since neem trees that go real fast, plant them on the cliff. They have big roots and they're going to hold up the cliff from falling in. Sure. We need to plant trees everywhere. Personally, I would like to see a big tree in every yard in Statia. But that's just me. With more trees, we have more shade. Anybody that's walk the Mansion Road in the day? Not really, because the sun hot, right? Now imagine, just imagine, the Mansion Road is full of trees, come all the way across from Golden Rock down to town. Wouldn't you walk on the Mansion Road? You want to drive the Mansion Road during the day? Because it's shaded and the breeze feel nice, right? Plant more trees. These are the things that I'm interested about and that I will try my best to get underway. The infrastructure, oh gosh, we have problems with that. The infrastructure needs to tie into our nature because it's only when the nature good, then everything else will be good. We're going to be healthier, but the infrastructure, the infrastructure needs to be streamlined to the point that everyone can benefit from it. With good infrastructure, we're talking about electricity, water, internet, and all those things, a harbor and an airport. If all those things are streamlined and optimized, there's nothing, absolutely nothing that would stop Statia from thriving. Because business is going to come because they could do their business any time of the day. They don't have to worry about current going. They don't have to worry about the internet falling out. None of those things. The infrastructure is a very, very important part of those things. And why am I so thing with infrastructure? I've studied Baukunde and civil technique. So I know a thing or two. But let's move on to something real important. Thursday night, I was at another party's rally. And while I was leaving, somebody said, a partner of mine grew up with him all my life. He said, you see these things here? You ain't need them. Say, talk from the heart. And when he said that, I said, boy, you're right, you know. He said, because all these speeches, you see what she doing up there? She reading. She don't know nothing. I just saying she. I ain't calling her. I'm not throwing shots at nobody. And he said, you have to speak from the heart. So I said, partner, you're right, you know. So tonight, allow me to speak from the heart. If it's one thing that I love for real, is where I come from. I used to grow up going out in the country, watering, feeding cows with my aunt. God rest her soul. Those are the best times of my life, I have to admit. And when I look at the young children here, even though all of us are different, and it's a different time and everything, sometimes I just be like, or you miss a certain disconnect with just being outside and running up and down and having not a care in the world. But I want to see the absolute best for Stacia. I work with people that want to see the absolute best for Stacia. I talk to people that only want to see the absolute best for Stacia. The ideas comes from whichever color. It don't matter. If you want the absolute best for Stacia, I right here ready to work with you. Because you have an idea, I have an idea, and all of us could make it happen. But on the other hand, all of us need to get up and do something about it. On March 15th, I beg all you, get up and do something about it. Because the only way to move forward is to get up and do something about what you don't like. You don't like something, when they have elections, vote. Plain and simple. Nobody know who you're going to vote for. Just vote. Vote for who you think is the absolute best for your country. Vote for the ideas that you think in 10 years, everybody could make $50,000 a year. If that's what you think, if that's what you want to see, then vote for it and try to make it happen. If in 10 years you want to see that they have planes landing here every half an hour, they have 3 cruise ships in the harbor, we exporting all kind of goods, then vote for the people that you know are going to do those things for you. And God damn it. My apologies, my Rosita was showing a little bit. I right here. March 15th, I right here. Oh, you have a good night.
Keep the paper. Keep the paper next time. Keep the paper. Yes, everybody, that was candidate number 2, Mr. Yuri Blake. Lord, he said I'm mouthful, so I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm going to invite somebody who is one of the most bubbly, happy, jolly people I have had the pleasure of meeting. Everybody, this is candidate number 3. This is Jolly.
Yes, that's me.
Jolly, introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are, what you're about.
Well, probably I will tell so much that there are no questions left, but I'm going to start. Well, I'm Jolly. I'm living here for more than 2.5 years now. And before you start asking, who is that Dutchie who wants to be stationed? Well, sorry, I am Dutchie. I cannot help it. You can see it. But yes, Stacia is my home. I have nothing left in Holland but family, okay, but I don't have a house, I don't have a car, I have nothing in Holland. Stacia is my home. So that gives me the right to speak about my Stacia because I love Stacia and I love Stacia people. And more of all, I love the Stacia youth. And that is also why I'm standing here and why I joined Shahira.
Okay, so we don't have to ask Jolly, why are you running for the election?
Yeah.
Because she already told us. Jolly,
Yeah.
you didn't touch on what you do, but you are the principal
Yes.
of the Governor de Graaf School, and that is OLA school. That is our public school. And I have to ask you, what are your views on education?
Well, let me first start by telling everybody who does not know my experience. I have been a teacher for 26 years now. And I have been teaching from kindergarten until high school. So yes, I do have my experience. I have a PABO diploma and I am an official teacher for Dutch and for English. So yes, I do have experience, and now I'm very, very lucky that I became a principal at the Governor de Graaf School. I almost wanted to say GVP, but okay, sorry. I love every second because this is giving me the chance to help those kids from small on. I tried it at GVP, and I'm sure I touched some hearts there. I see some of the kids that I had. Yes, Erica, yes, Maddie. Well, Elizabeth is also on our list. And I'm so proud to see those two ladies who I really had to kick sometimes, well, often actually. But I'm very happy to see that they are growing into proud young women. And that is actually what I want. I want to give these kids, these youth, the same opportunities, the same chances as they have in the Netherlands. And they have so much more chances than that they have here on Statia. And that is so shaming, and that is so terrible. And that is what I want to do at CDA Statia. That is what I want to go for. I want them to have a burgerservice number, or in English, a social security number is something. I want them to have equal rights. I want them to go there and don't have the problem with their Dutch. I want to at least do a research, whether it's possible to maybe start a primary school where they only have Dutch so that people have a choice. I want that Statia people have a choice, and now most of the time Statia people just go with what there is. But we want choices.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I'm getting carried away.
No. Look. They tell me I gotta do an interview, but if you want to, Bassa Yuri, speak from your heart. That's right.
Speak from the heart. Speak from the heart.
You see, she done station already. Gonna just talk how she want. But Jolly, for a lot of people, there's a confusing factor between what the island council's role is, the government's role is in education, and what the ministry's role is. So sometimes, we are confused. Can you explain it to us?
Well, I have to be honest. For me, it's also sometimes confusing, and I even called in a helpline this afternoon to be sure that what I was going to tell you is correct, because for me, it's also confusing. But let me make it clear. OCW, that is the ministry, and the ministry is making sure that our levels of education are high enough, are getting up to standards, and that is all within the legislations and the rules of education.
Yeah.
OLE, they, for instance, have to make sure that the housing of the schools is correct.
Okay.
Yeah?
Good. So
I can go more in depth, but we have time.
No, don't go in depth on that. I feel like that too deep. But I have to ask then.
Yeah.
So as a future island council, because we're thinking positive, green
Definitely,
single.
we're going for 3 seats.
So
at
as
least.
a future island council member, what is one of the first things that you're gonna tackle within the education?
The BSN. That is, for me, the first thing, because, okay, it's not specifically education, but it's really making sure that our youths have a easier connection to the education in the Netherlands.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Okay.
that is, for me, a very, very important thing, because that is giving them so much backlog. When they go to Holland, they really lose a year because of those things, because they have to arrange all those things, and because of their language. They lose a year. So how motivated must you be to go to Holland, making sure that all those things get working, making sure that the language goes to you,
And
then you lose your motivation. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
I'm going to do that right now. What you want to ask a question?
Yeah, come. I can answer everything from my heart.
You are the principal for the school.
Yeah,
I want to ask a question.
yeah.
Then how would have a certain teacher in the school, only with the election, they can deal with the kids, and the kids have to suffer for a year before they could get anything from exam or anything. So what going on there? You could tell me, please? Use the principal. Give me the answer, please.
No, I think you're talking about secondary school. No, yeah,
She's
that's
the
primary
photograph.
school.
She the one cross lynch.
Oh, but then you could tell me
I can tell you something about this. Yeah, definitely. Listen, I think that any teacher, or whatever school you are, I think that any teacher who is there should work with their heart. And I think that is the main point, that you have to work with your heart. You don't stand in front of a class or sit in your office behind your computer only working numbers and only sitting there because you have to earn your money. You have to choose education because it's a passion. It is where your heart lies. I think that is the main important. And when that is the case, I'm sure you have a teacher, a principal, or whatever. And she left the building? Okay. When that is the case, then I am sure that this teacher, principal, or whatever will work for the students the whole year and not only during election time.
Okay, so I wanted CDA is for green.
Yes.
And-
Go.
But green is also nature, the plant behind
Yes.
you. And I know someone you care about works in nature now.
Yeah.
I care about that someone too.
My husband always tries to escape when I am
No,
doing
I could see him
something,
looking
but
right
he's
here.
there, yeah.
I could see him.
And yes, he works for Stinapa.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, what is your vision? How do you see Stacia moving forward as a green island?
Yeah. Well, I was very happy to hear from Cheryl about the ecotourism, because I think that is very important, that the tourists that we get, that they also take care of our nature and our environment. What I do see, though, is that Stenapa is really, really working hard, trying hard, have a lot of volunteers, have a lot of interns. Those volunteers, those interns don't get paid anything. They have to pay a lot themselves. So what I really, really hope for is that just as in Bonaire, the Stenapa gets funded from the Dutch government, because Stacia needs it. We have so much beautiful nature here that needs to be preserved.
All right, Jolly. So, education, preserving our
green, yeah.
That brings me to a question. I want to ask you about culture.
Yes.
Because that is something that we talk about a lot. Can you tell me something about culture and how
Yes.
you see it moving forward?
Because I'm a Dutchie.
Exactly.
I'm a Dutchie. Listen, one thing that really shocked me, and that is something that really popped in my mind. 2 years ago, we were getting onto Emancipation Day. That was the first celebration for Emancipation Day. And with the high school, with the secondary school, we went to visit Fort Amsterdam. I had been there a couple of times already. I knew the history about Fort Amsterdam, and I loved it. I still love it, though, although the road to Fort Amsterdam is a bit more difficult to reach now, by the way. But I love it. And I went there with students, and I was really astonished that a lot of these students did not know about Fort Amsterdam. And we're talking about Stacia. We're talking about their Stacia. We're talking about my Stacia. We're talking about their culture, a culture that I would love to be a part of. A culture where, at least for Fort Amsterdam, I knew the backgrounds, but my station students didn't know the backgrounds. And I think it's so important that in education, but also as parents and grandparents, you need to teach your kids. You need to teach your grandchildren. You really need to. Oh, she's come. Come, you can come and join. Can I finish first? Can I finish?
I agree with you.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say it's the parents. If the teacher take it to heart with the kids, trust me, they will tell the kids about what you just speaking about.
Amen to that. I agree. I think I have a new interview lady here. Maybe we can do it.
Christiana, come back.
Yeah, maybe another day we can do an interview together.
Anytime you're ready, come. So long it's about the kids, come.
That's a deal. That's a deal. And you will see me speaking from the heart, eh? Okay. Okay.
You were talking about
We're talking
culture.
about that the culture education is at school, but also at home, and that it needs to be done because culture, Stacia culture, and then I'm especially meaning the historical things that we have here on the island need to be preserved and need to be talked about. Those stories, all stories that there are in Stacia, need to continue. So that's actually all I wanted to say about that.
Okay, teacher.
Yeah?
No, teacher to teacher.
Yeah.
What are our instructions for March 15th?
I think some instructions are very easy. Go and vote. Whether you want to vote for red, orange, or green, go and vote. Let your voice be heard. And I have spoken so many people on the streets who say, oh, I'm not going to vote anymore because nothing happens, nothing changes. People only are standing there for themselves. But there is one promise that I can make, and that is that green is standing there for the people. And we want to hear your voice.
Everybody, on that note, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is the time to communicate.
I want to thank Jolly. I felt it. She spoke from her heart. I see this is where we're going on now. We all speaking from our heart. We let everybody know what it is that they need to do on March 15, which is vote green, but also just vote for yourself, vote for your children, because that's what we're doing now. We're not, and Miss Cheryl, we got you and your grandchildren, and if you got great-grands and your great-great-grands, we are voting for the future of Stacia, and that means that all of us have to serve. And if all of us serving, that means we're all going out on March 15th and we're voting. But I hope that you're voting green. I hope that you're voting green. All right. So what I want to do now is something that is unplanned, but I think is necessary because Christiana inspired me. I want to thank you for the inspiration. She inspired me. I want to take questions. I want to know if there's anyone else in the crowd who has questions they want answered, anything that they feel wasn't touched on. I want you to let us know that, and then we'll get to a question and answer segment if it's something that you all feel is necessary. But I'm going to call Elizabeth because Elizabeth is our number 5 candidate. And I want to say something about Elizabeth before she comes. This girl young now. She young. And a lot of people had a lot to say about inexperienced people. But let me tell you something about Elizabeth. The most important thing is that this young lady is willing to learn. She is willing to work. And that is exactly what we need. We don't need anybody. We don't need people who have been there for 40 odd years and been working hard but haven't been doing much. We want people who are going to work hard. So Elizabeth, come. So excited, Elizabeth. Here you go.
Good evening, everyone. For those who may not know me, my name is Elizabeth Coutard, and I am 20 years old. I am currently attending the New Challenges Foundation, where I am working for my GED. Besides being a candidate and a student, I'm also a daughter of a single parent. So I have seen the struggle and the pain that she had to endure, the sacrifices, the overload and extra jobs that she had to work to make sure that my brother and I had uniforms for school, something to eat, and a shelter. Single parents deserve more help, especially now that the cost of living is outrageously high. I am planning to further my studies in the Netherlands because, like many, I want nothing but greatness and success to be able to come back and support and improve our community. If you vote for me, I would try and be a support for single parents and make them a major priority because unlike others, I do understand. I find you should vote for me because vote for me, for CDA, but me. Because I relate to the younger and upcoming generation. I understand the challenges, what they are facing and are going to face. One of them is the language barrier. Many students like me desire to go to the Netherlands and further our studies, but have so few hours of Dutch in one high school. We have on an island, which leaves us no choice because it's teaching in English, especially for those who want to travel abroad. I find all students should be granted the same benefits as the students in the Netherlands, and if not, even more. I have seen firsthand how difficult it is for students studying on the island, doing very well in school, but they are limited because of their nationalities. For those who have no Dutch passport or those who have no clue how to even ask for help or receive anything that they are entitled to. When you see CDA, we want you to also see a better and brighter future. When you see CDA, I want you to see your children and your grandchildren. This opportunity is an opportunity for me to learn the ins and outs of how government works so that when I come back to Statia, I can bring my expertise and put it out to good use. I can confidentially work for you. I cannot make any promises, but I surely can promise you my utmost best. So on March 14, you know where to put your vote. 15th, sorry. On March 15th, you know where to put your vote. On March 15th, vote for change, vote for CDA Statia.
You see? I tell all you, that was the best. I go hype up myself. I did the best one, the best introduction, for the best speech. I hope you could top it. Child. I know. Look, Elizabeth touched on some important things also. She touched on something that is near and dear to my heart, especially for immigrant children on Statia. So I feel like I have to say it. I'm going to talk. Immigrant children on Statia face insurmountable challenges because they don't have Dutch rights. They come to Statia. They didn't come here by choice. Their parents brought them. But they love Statia. They grew up here. They have friends here. And especially for them, it's difficult just because they don't have a Dutch passport. They no longer have the right to education. And that is insane to me. So I hope and I pray that you all vote for CDA Stacia, because for me, I'm going to make sure that whether it's one seat or all 5, Lord Jesus, well, however many seats we have, I can guarantee you that I will be on that person forever to make sure that every person on Stacia, every child on Stacia has the same rights, because everyone deserves access to education. Everyone deserves access to social housing. Everyone deserves access to being treated fairly and humanely by the laws that we all agreed on. They can't get lost over the Atlantic Ocean anymore. With that, let me stop because that's not my job tonight. I am just the little MC. So, are you ready? No, you got come. Are you ready? Okay, good. Because it gives me great pleasure to announce the welcoming of our #1 candidate,
CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah.
Hey, good night, everyone. How y'all doing tonight? For those that are far in the back, I want y'all to come closer to me tonight. So just this evening, I heard a song on the radio, and I thought that the chorus of this song tied into everything, and I know you all know this one. And it said, we're all in this thing together. What do you say? Can we all just live as one? Right? We're all like birds of a feather. It's time to live as one. I just want you all to know it's time for us to live as one. It is time for us to do things together, right? Now, that being said, tonight, I also wanted to speak from my heart. But of course, I jot down a few points that I really wanted to touch base on. And tonight, I don't want you all just to hear me. I want you all to feel me. So me being in the position as #1 means that I am presenting myself to you, to the entire Stacia, to say, I am here to work for you. And if I'm going to be working for you, I also want to tell you on who I am here for, on whose behalf. I am here on the behalf of families. I am here on the behalf of single mothers. When you talk about family, you talk about the most important thing. Where families is concerned, let's talk about poverty alleviation. Let's talk about the cost of living. The fact that our food is outrageous. The cost of our transport is outrageous. Let's talk about our taxes and our housing. Me, myself, I can say I can represent the now because I am living a part of it. Last year, at the Miss Mature pageant, there was a contestant that said, I have to work 3 jobs to keep a roof over my child head or my children's head. And when she said that, it also touched me because I felt like it's not me alone that is out here working 3 jobs to keep a roof over my kid's head or to even say that I have what I need. But it's not the same for everyone. So I am here first on behalf of families. Our basic needs need to be kept. Our electricity, our education, healthcare. Those are the things that is important at affordable prices, for sure. I am also here on behalf of the youth. I am a mom. And when you talk about our children, We need to be able to equip them and build them so that they can continue to build Stacia. So that we are leaving them with a Stacia that they can continue to build on. Let us introduce them to technology. Let us introduce them to being creative, to being innovative. When you talk about our children, you talk about the future creators of our wealth. You talk about infrastructure. Who is going to build our roads in the next 10 years from now? Or the next 5 years from now? Right? You talk about agriculture. Who is going to secure our food the next 5 years from now? The next 10 years from now? It's our youth. My mentor, Miss Nora, always stressed on the importance of working for our youth. She always stressed that our youth is the future, that we should invest in them. Because once we invest in them, we are also investing in Stacia. And so I am also here on behalf of the elderly. When you talk about pension, I am blessed to say that I have my grandparents. But 10, 15 years from now, I will also be considered elderly. I also have to survive in Stacia. And I know as an elderly person, you work so many years. And then, so I'm also here on behalf of the elderly. Now let's talk business. Let us talk business. Stacia is your business. I myself, I have a business. When you want someone to work for you, what type of person do you want to work for you? Anybody have an idea? You have a business. What type of people do you want to work for you? Trustworthy. What else? Honest. Sorry? Integrity. What else? Committed. Responsible. These are the type of people that you want to work for you. So if Stacia is your business, when it's time to vote on March 15th, you are voting for people that you want to run your business. So therefore, let us vote for the right people. Let us vote for the persons that can actually handle your business. All right? Stacia is also your home. How do you build your home? How do you handle your house? It is important for us to work on us. Now, Stacia is also your future, which means our youth is the most important part. We have to equip and build our youth to make sure that they can take Stacia to the next level. So my question is, what are we preparing our youth for? What are we preparing our children for? Because they are the future. Now, in order for us to make this work, we need to have a plan. And we need to have a solid plan. We need to know where we are going in order for us to make a change. Now, I just want to say, for us to move forward, we have to tackle the problem. We cannot move forward without really realizing our number one problem. And our number one problem as people is that we do not know how to work together. What Stacia really need is change. What Stacia really needs is collaboration. What Stacia really needs is togetherness. So, I believe in my journey. I believe that I'm exactly where I need to be. And if you believe in the Most High, you would believe that you are exactly where you need to be in this place and in this time. So as CDA Statia, we are coming with a culture of change. We are coming with togetherness. We are here to bring people together. So if you want to see change, we have to be that change. We have to be that change. And if you want to see change, you will come out on March 15th and vote CDA Statia, where we are coming with a team that is going to bring you that change. We are coming with a team that is going to work in the best interest of you, the people of Statia. So we are here to present ourselves, and I would like to invite my team forward. So, of course, there's a lot of things that we know need to change on Statia. Even if you look at our party program, you would realize that we have so much priorities. We have so much priorities. And there was so much more that we wanted to add. And we had someone like Jolly was like, guys, y'all need to be more realistic. We only have 4 years. But it is evident to see that Statia needs people who is going to really do good work. Statia needs people who is actually ready to make a change and who is actually ready to be that change. And I want to say I am so proud of CDA Statia for pulling it together and wanting to be that change and wanting to bring that culture of change. And we also want to challenge. There are other political party leaders who are all Rasta women like myself and all beautiful women like myself, that we challenge them to also be a part of the culture of change, because it's only together that we can make Statia move forward. At the end of the day, we may have different approach, but at the end of the day, it is what is in the best interest of each and every one. So it is time for us to come together. This elections is either going to make us or break us. So Statia, please, thank you. So Statia, it is your time to come out. Be the change you want to see. There's a lot of people that is saying they're not going out to vote. Go out and vote. Let your voice be heard. If you do not vote, you cannot say anything. If you do not vote, you cannot hold people accountable. If you want to have a voice, go out and vote on March 15th. There is so much more that I would love to tell you all tonight, but I wanted to keep it short and thick and sweet, that you don't only hear me, but you also feel me. So once again, thank you all so much. I am so proud of my team. And once again, go out and vote on March 15th. Look out for us. We have so much in store for you all. We are always here. We can talk about our party program. We can talk about our priorities. But the most important thing is we need to first come together as people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Now, did we say the best for last? I feel like the messaging. Sha, you come good. You come good. I'm so proud that we were able to come here tonight. I love you, no Mona. You is my favorite. Mona's asking when it is the next meeting. Now, what was the date? I forget.
The 8th of March.
The 8th of March is the next one. We're having but look out for our posters. Check us on CDA Stacia. Look for us on WhatsApp. We everywhere, you know. We everywhere. Everybody been wondering why we flags ain't up, why the posters ain't up. Let me talk about that real quick. They come in, we got to import everything from a foreign. We knew. So we been waiting. We getting through. We come in. But we also young. So check us on social media. Don't be frightened. Look at the CDA Stacia page. Look at our personal pages. I'm Yuri Blake, Cheryl Brugh, Jolly Ververda, Coach Snake. Well, we all know Coach. We have Elizabeth Coutard. We have Yuri the Governor Blake on Facebook, and of course Shira Fleming. You can look for us. You can talk to us when you see us on the road. Come talk. We always ready for a chat, and we are ready to serve you. I want to thank everyone so much for coming out tonight. You all were great. We still have questions.
We can still sit at the table. There were some persons that still wanted to ask some questions.
Okay.
So you can still jump on the table with us and discuss some topics. But we also have tea time. Tea time is coming to do a performance for us. He was just outside.
Where tea time? Tea time come forth. It's time. Tea time is time. we gonna look for him, but he coming. He coming. Okay, we see tea time coming. Okay, he coming. He on his way.
So yeah, we do still have so much in store for everyone. We have so much to discuss. So look out for us. Tea time.
Good night, everybody.
Shay, let everyone hear our jingle one more time.
It's the time to communicate and rearrange. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, our golden rod. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from around your start to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Woo. CDA Stacia. Yeah. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. Serving Stacia, changing the future.
Are you love with jingle? No. Do you love our jingle? Okay, good. Let me tell you who wrote the jingle. Because, people let's be thinking we don't got brains when we young and all them ones. But Shahida write our jingle. And I find that the jingle, first and foremost, is a tune. Like I could listen to that. But the message is really strong. So when you vote for Shahida, you get into dance because she's singing all the time. So you might as well dance. But you also get in creativity. So you won't get creativity in your solutions. Because, maybe that would see in CDA is also for creativity. We're going to come up with new innovative ways to change Stacia. Let me see. We almost ready? You ready? No, but I say if you're ready, then you're okay. Well, without further ado, we got tea time ready to jam with us, to make sure that all you understand that we still young is a party in politics. We are here for our senior citizens because my good friend Mr. Lopes had lots of questions about that. We here for senior citizens. We want all you get up, move, shake it. The more you move, the he said he want money. We gonna got that too. We hope. But no. You can move now. Watch nothing. Tea time gonna show you exactly how to move. So I calling tea time to the stage. Oh! How rude! He mustn't.
You didn't hear that, right?
He mustn't do that no more. Okay, come. We're going to jam. Let's go. Party and politics.
Wow. Somebody say party and politics. Party and politics. DJ Sense. Yeah. Stacia, I love you. I love your body. Yeah, I love your body. Yeah, I love your body. They say full of toxic love. Cause when I say we done, you say we done, and we back together. If that makes us say, yeah, we don't give up. Cause baby, loop it, DJ Sense. Everybody has a time. Wow. Get up and party. Party and politics. You're crazy, match my crazy. You're my Beyonce and I'm your Jay-Z. Even when I'm so mad at you. Cause 1 minute, next minute, I block you just to unblock you. And ask you how was your day like normal. And don't even talk about between the sheets. So sweet, I can't live. Baby, that is why they say toxic. Yeah. Full of toxic love. Cause when I say we done and you say we done, then we back together. If that makes us sick. Yeah. We don't give up. Cause baby, at least we know it's real. Well, everybody have a wasn't stocks and apartments. No, baby, it was you. All of the pain and the fights and the stress and the sad mix up together. Be with no other, even when I don't like you. Cause 1 minute is all love. Shorty, next minute I tell my friends I don't want you. Then they see us together again like no one. I don't even talk about between the sheets. So sweet, I can't leave. Maybe that is why they say that's toxic. Full of toxic love. Cause when I say we done and you say we done, then we back together. If that makes us sick, yeah. We don't give up. Cause baby, at least we know it's real. Oh my gosh, baby, nobody can love me like you. Love me like you. Nobody can caress me like you. Nobody ever touch like you. Touch like you. Nobody knows me quite like you. Baby, I love you. Love you. I love your body. Yeah, I love your body. I love your body. Baby, I think we deserve it. Believe that it's worth it. Because I'm perfect. Maybe that is why they say we toxic. Full of toxic love. Cause when I say we done, you say we done, then we back together. If that makes us toxic, we don't give up. Cause baby, at least we know it's real. Baby, girl, wherever you are, whatever you do, stay wherever you go. Yeah. What you're contemplating on, don't hold back at all. So free up yourself on the cell phone. Can't come off your phone. Make that bam bam go now. What you waiting for? People coming up from all over. Just to jam in station. Come a little closer, and I love you. Wow. When you want me, you want me, you want me, baby. When you're rolling it back, it's only you. However you want it, you got it from me. You got it, yeah. Girl, I'll be there for you. Oh, na, na, na. When the weekend comes, oh, na, na, na. Can we back up, oh, na, na. Girl, I'll be there for you, for you. Oh, na, na, na. When the rhythm comes, oh, na, na, na. Can we back up, oh, na, na, na. Baby, you. Girl, whatever you want, I give it to you. Whatever you want, girl. It's the way you move, nobody I know. Could I go? Oh my God. Jam me that way, jam me that way. Hey, so free up yourself, just let go now. Can't get off your phone now. Let your bam bam roll now. What you waiting for? People coming down from all over. Just to jam in station. Come a little closer. I love you. Wow. When you want me, you want me, you want it, baby. Roll it, baby. Rolling it back. It's only you. However you want it, you got it from me. You got it, yeah. Girl, I'll be there for you. Oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, na, na. Oh, na, na. Girl, I'll be there for you. Oh, na, na. In the rhythm jam, you like a river flowing. Once you inside the bed, dancing girl, I'm whining on you. I'm walking on you. DJ Sense, give me some tempo. Give me some tempo, DJ Sense. My waistline stiff still, no man. I don't give away. Somebody get up and dance with me. Dance with me. Once we inside the bed, dancing girl, I'm walking on you. Watch me walking. I do it right or what? Once you inside the bed, grinding girl, I'm whining on you. Anybody see Charlie? Yeah. I'm whining on any woman, yes. I'm putting a show. I'm looking for you, baby. To put a show. Oh my gosh. I first. Yes, I'm walking for show. Grandma, you gotta go. What? I push on she push on me. I ain't stopping. I jump on she jump on me. And we ain't stopping. I whine on she whine on me. And we ain't stopping. I grind on she grind on me. I don't give up. Drama. Oh my gosh. I don't care if you got Bandigo. I ain't letting go. Somebody tell Bandigo I ain't letting go. Oh my gosh. You're moving. You're moving, Grandma. I don't give her. Oh. You hear me? I don't care if you're standing on the side. I'm walking on you. Yes, I'm walking on you. Yeah. You and your friend that they're having a time. I'm whining on you. And I'm whining on you. Yeah. I know I'm getting out of hand cause I'm somebody say party and politics. I like this. I like this. Somebody say party and politics. I like this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I push on she push on me. We ain't stopping. I jump on she jump on me. We ain't stopping. I whine on she whine on me. We ain't stopping. I grind on she grind on me. I said I don't give her. It's like the world. Oh my gosh. I don't care if you got some man. You get it in. It's like the world. Wild West in EUX for me. Don't care if you got some man. Everybody dancing. Party time. I don't give her, no. Stick now. I push
push on she push on me. And we ain't stopping. I grind on she grind on me. Stick. I grind on she grind on me. We ain't stopping. I grind on lose your ways. I don't give a go. Party and politics. I don't care if you're better. Oh my gosh, DJ Sense. DJ Sense. I don't care. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Not 1 ounce a hit. This is the ladies' tune. This is the ladies' tune, DJ Sense. I know I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Come to party. Watch them. Wine on. Oh my gosh. Everybody. Talk about me. When they hand in the air like, whoa. Chill out. Party and politics, CDA. Till all. Oh my gosh. Niceness alone. Not 1 ounce Justin. Justin Bieber in the building, everybody. I don't tell you already. You don't know me already. Oh gosh. Don't care about nobody. I just turn up the vibes. And everybody. Me crazy. Oh my gosh. Everybody, hands in the air. Till we all and say. All and go. Lose it, man. Out here on the road. Cut some style on them. Wow. Showing off my costume. Yes. Leave me, let me bloom. I have not an ounce of shame. Politics and party. You don't know. All the way. Just like that. Don't like me. Wow. Hands in the air. Till I all and gray. DJ Sense. Till I all and gray. 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 Till I all. 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 Give me the next one, so there we go. Drink water and mind my business. Long time. Turn up the thing, turn it up. Turn up the. That one's softer than the last one. Drink water and mind my Keep it there. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Let me take a sip. I don't watch people, man. I'm looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I gone. I have my own. I gone. Some of them just stop the day. Like they know it's all. Hey. Them all they get their Gucci purse. How you get it? Boom. I go drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Just drink it and I go. Right now we ain't no time to mind nobody business. Mind my business. Or we go mind people business. CDA business. Okay. We're mining CDA business right now. We're mining CDA. Who business sweeter than one? Who got the sweetest business in CDA right now? Who are the sweetest business? I want to know. Don't bring no water for me. I want to know. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I said mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. You just said CDA business. Me and you are no beef. Wow. Police and you is the thief. Wow. Who you think is your friend? Wow. Cause you have money to spend. Some of them just stop the most. Like they know it all. Like they know it all. Check them. Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. No. sign. Yeah. You make me feel like I must give you my title. Till running through all of my veins, making me feel so strange. Watching the way how you just whine, yeah. 'Cause the way you whine has blown my mind. I know that you're special, you're mentally gentle, yeah. No more worry, I fight, ladies. Right in the center, oh Lord, CDA, on the side, my God. Switch to the next side. There we go. To the gum, to the gum, to the gum, gum. To the gum, to the gum, to the gum. I like it like that. Oh, she said I like it like that. Put your hands on your head now. Hands to the ground. Hands to the knees. Oh, I like it. You make me feel like I will never have trouble. The things you do, I feel like I ain't recycle. Wow. You're special in each and every way. Yeah. It's a feeling I can't explain. Watching the way that you just whine. Yeah. 'Cause the way you whine has blown my mind. I know that you're special. You're mentally gentle. Wow. No worries, I'm fine. Right in the center. Right on the side. My God. Switch to the next side. There we go. To the gum, to the gum, to the gum, now. To the gum, to the gum, to the gum, now. I like it like that. Whoa. She said I like it like that. Put your hands on your head now. Hands to the ground. Hands on your knees. Right now it's carnival in Trinidad. Right now it's carnival in Savannah Grass. DJ Sense, next year we gone. We all let it go, yeah. We all let it go, yeah. We open the story. It's Savannah Juve morning. Watch everybody jumping. Ready to go. DJ Sense, who let's make them jump. We gon' make them turn up. Wow. We gon' make them wine. We gon' make them free up. This business of a canal. It is the botanical. It's carnival. I want you to find your way. Everybody on stage, Orlando. If you're coming down from the mountain, Orlando. When we with the beating in town, man, begin again. Jumping on the Savannah Grass. The Savannah Grass. You could see it going. That's it, Orlando. When the people shout that he cannot wait, Orlando. This is baby jumping in town, we coming home. The Savannah Grass, the Savannah Grass. Wow. We up with the sun, yeah. Hey, they come at town, yeah. Hey, they get the bus, yeah. 2 days not enough, no. It's love we feel it. Wow. Everybody rebel, hey. We're ready to go. We'll make them jump. We'll make them turn up, and make them wine, and make them free up. It's the place of a canal. With a back so magical, it's carnival. I want you to find your way. Everybody on stage, Orlando. If you're coming down from the mountain, Orlando. When we with the beating in town, see me jumping on the Savannah Grass, the Savannah Grass. You could see it going, that's where Orlando. When the people jumping, they cannot wait, Orlando. This is baby jumping in town, keep jumping, keep coming on. The Savannah Grass, the Savannah Grass. I give them all, not going back. I'm gonna wind up, not gonna cut no style. If any man wanna wind up from me, yeah. My bumper slack, I'm gonna grind up. Can't you see that? Wow, that's why when I get down, I wanna rock it up. Watch me your face. My name is this, hush your mouth when you're pelting your waist. Oh my gosh, DJ Sense party time. Hey, I'm a big girl now. Watch out, she fat pump and walk it. Rock it from night till morning. Justin Bieber, she's a big girl now. Expensive liquor, I'm drinking. Hennessy alone. XO. They used to go to
leave me all the time. They used to go on set and enjoy their life. Yeah. Now I turn a big woman and I'm wasting time. I feel like I'm in South Africa of my life.
Big pass.
So when I dig
Don't know what I'm walking up to watch me no face. Mind your business, hush your mouth when I'm
melting the waist, yeah. I'm a big woman, not a little girl.
I got 16 again.
So don't expect me to be the same. I'm a big girl now. Wow. Watch out my fat boy.
Wow, okay.
From night till morning.
And I do them at them cause I'm a big girl. She's a big girl.
I'm drinking, I'm lights and no I'm driving. So don't judge me now.
Wow. CDA again. Party and politics in yourself.
Not holding back. I'm gonna wipe
Anybody see Pala?
I'm not gonna cut no stop.
Tell him don't put the camera on me, please. Winston here.
My bumper slack. I'm gonna grind up.
Winston here.
Don't you see how I go?
What? That's right, we know.
Don't know how I rock it up.
Oh, watch me no face. Mind your business, hush your mouth when I'm
Melting the waist, yeah. I'm a
big woman.
little girl.
She not 16 again.
So don't expect me to be the same.
You know why? She's a big girl now. Watch how she fat bump down again. She's rocking from night till morning.
And I'm not giving up cause I'm a big girl now. Expensive liquor I'm drinking. I'm willing to know I'm driving. So don't judge me now. I'm a big
No matter what you do, you can never please people. Never, ever. No matter how you try, they will never satisfy. Never, ever. So this year I'm pleasing myself. I'm pleasing and nobody else. I'm pleasing myself. I'm pleasing and nobody else. I'm pleasing myself.
You just say, pull up that one. Pull up that one.
Self, be alone. So you
Frankie.
please yourself. This is carnival. No matter what you do, you can never please people. Never, never, never. No matter what you try, you will never satisfy. Never, ever. So right now I'm pleasing myself. I'm pleasing and nobody else.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pleasing and nobody else. I'm pleasing myself and nobody else. I'm pleasing myself. I'm pleasing and nobody else. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. Give them bug and they want cat. Just give them mouse and they want rat. Just give them this and they want that. Just give them back, they don't want that. Give them peas and they want rice. Just give them pop and they want ice. Just give them puff and they want rice. Just do it once, they want it twice. Wow. No matter what you do, you can never please people. Never, ever, never. No matter what you try, you will never satisfy. Never, ever. So this year I'm pleasing myself and nobody else. 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 I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm so amazing. I'm amazing. I'm so amazing. I'm amazing. Going to be perfect. Make a call and ask if they're reach room. Well, that's it. Like a recruits. Girl, I always do. Wow. All inclusive. Where tonight go have real vibes. Yes, don't get go real nice shit. Can't find my ticket. We just said start on my door. Realize I got to pay more. I get to get in because this is not missing me. Not missing me. I want to go. People party. Leave the music take over me. I wanna jump up all day, all night long. All day, Pablo. Big people. Wow. Just 1, 2, 3, Pablo. Just 1, 2, 3. Real fine, real nice. Oh, they can't stop me, oh Lord. Man's a real high, real fine. Oh, they can't stop me, oh. Stop the way you come and hold it. Like pressure on chain, we go break with. Somebody say party and politics. Party and politics. Oh my gosh. Give me faster. Rewind me in the chipping bedroom. Check me. Hang on by the door. Realize I have to pay more. I have to get in because this was not so messy. Yo, I have to get in. Yeah, I want to go. People party, let the music take over me. I wanna jump up all day, all night. I wanna wind up all day, all night. I want people party, lick up inside me. I wanna jump up right now. I wanna jump up. But I'm a real high, I'm a real high. Can't stop me, oh no, they can't stop me, oh. I'm a real high, and a real vibe. Can't stop me, oh no, they can't stop me, oh. Ready. It's another episode. When we out of party time. What we love, party time, baby. This is not how you would. No, we don't come out of boats. We just party with no restraint. From Kenya to Boss, I just party with the most. I be getting the words. I cannot kiss the rose. From the time that I wake, when it's a bus weekend, just a match up again. Clap over good morning. Show them how we done jump up. Them how we just free. Clap over good morning. Show them how we done jump up. Show them how we done free. Right now. Now let me start the drinking, start the pumping, start the betting. Right now let me start the drinking, start the pumping, start the lining. Right now let me start the drinking, start the pumping, start the betting. Right now let me start it. Show them how we done start it. Wow. This is our destiny. Yes, it belongs to we. We making history. We celebrate. Just doing our duties, and nothing can stop us. We just party in some rage. Something like us. We just party in the world. We be having the rest. We cannot kiss up grass. From the side to the stage, time of getting a race. Party with me. Come out and party with me. Good morning. Show them how we done. Whoa, them how we just free. Good morning. Show them how we done. Show them how we done. Right now where we start the drinking, start the whoa. Right now where we start the drinking. Hey, right now where we start the drinking. Whoa. Right now let me start it. Right now let me start it.
Everyone say it's a Paris.
Oh my gosh.
Modern woman and I like this.
Sexy Mona, help me with this one.
I ordered one.
Help me with this one.
And he can order one for you. When you
having fun. Come. Ask him for help. If you want a jam, you're a woman. You need a man. You're right.
I jamming on.
No matter what it's called. Even if you jamming like you're playing football. Man and woman, having fun. Let's show them how we know how to jam. Sexy Mona, everybody. Like she playing football. Man and woman, holding tongue. Sexy Mona, show them how you jam. Show them how you jam. Oh my gosh. Party and politics, everybody. CDA. What?
Me woman this year must be clear. I will order different every year.
Having fun. Come. And if you want to jump back, you need a man. What kind of man? One what a jam. What they call? Hey, even if she jam it like she can. How you mean jam it? Oh my God, having fun. And show them that we know. Show them sexy Mona, show them. Hey, party and party. Hey, CDA baby. Wow.
Some people take great order from modern book or from a picture. I want a woman.
One more, we gotta go. One more, we gotta go.
You must get happy fun.
Just like that.
If you want to jamba, if you're a woman, you need a man. I jam in horse, no matter what she's called.
Yo, even if she jamming like she
kicking football.
Yo,
as man and woman,
man and woman,
having fun. It's only that we know how to do ya.
Don't give me no drink.
Don't give me no drink.
In no small cup. 16 ounces or more, that's the tall cup. You ain't got that. Your bar is trash. I ain't making no joke. I come to get mash. Yeah, don't give me no drink. In no small cup. 16 ounces or more, that's the tall cup. You ain't got that.
You ain't got that.
Your bar is trash.
Basura.
I ain't making no joke.
No joke, I come to get mash.
Yo, I feel like you're playing me. Bartender, I feel like you're playing me. I'm standing with cash in my hand and you're serving me drinks like a baby. Stop acting like you want the drinks. Stop acting like you want the bar. I need you to free up the rum. I need you to alcohol. Cause we got a room on the street when you see me stand up by the bar. When you see me coming through, you know money spending at the bar. Stop acting like you want the drinks. Stop acting like you want the bar. I need you to free up the rum. And let loose the alcohol. Pick up a load, pick up a load, pick up a load, we drinking. Pick up a load, pick up a load, pick up a load, we drinking. Show me your cup, show me your cup. Let me turn this thing up, let me turn this thing up. Show me your cup, show me your cup. I want to act up. Wait in. Pick up a load, pick up a load, pick up a load, we drinking. Pick up a load, pick up a load, pick up a load, we drinking. Show me your cup, show me your cup. Let me turn this thing up, let me turn this thing up. Show me your cup, show me your cup. I want to act up.
Be yourself, wait in.
Where you doing, bartender?
Hey, where you doing? Where you doing?
Where you doing, bartender? I want me drink.
You just want to give me something now.
And I want it now.
Give me something for sexy Mona DJ Sense.
Where
do something for Pablo?
Where you doing, bartender? Where you doing? Where you doing, bartender? I want me drink.
Give me 1, 2, 3 DJs.
And I want it now. No.
So there we go. Brand new. Sexy Mona, this one brand new. Brand new.
When you're ready with the man, the iron and the man where they can go from.
Pull it up, DJ, sir. Pull it. I tell you this one for sexy Mona, but Pablo wants it. Pablo want that one there. Pablo want this one. Did you send somebody in the engine room?
Ready with the man, the iron and the man where they can go from.
In the engine room.
The vibes in the session when we jam into the steel gun.
In the engine room.
Tiny line, grab your bottle and spoon. It's a party in the
engine room. Right now we got party in the engine room, man. Oh my gosh, listen to the road.
We go get on my say. In the meantime, why don't you join the line, grab your bottle and spoon. And come let we
Party in the engine room. Oh my gosh, wow.
Well, how else we will survive if we don't create a fight? This is a big part of life, so soca must live and never die. In this party atmosphere, so sweet that I can't describe. So all the artists you must be here, cause without an engine, now can't stand, so we gotta climb. No oxygen, and we can't see that, so we got to come together and try to find a way, find a way. No more hide out, we gotta unify. Let them keep the money, we not taking right. They don't come on me down when you see them. Get this song when you're ready. The money and the man will become a
Pablo!
Engine, it's a vibe in the session when we come into the steel gun. In the engine room, tiny line, grab your bottle and spoon. There's a party in the engine room. In the engine room, we go jam it steady. In the engine room, we go get done one say. In the meantime, why don't you join the line, grab your bottle and spoon. And come let we
Party in the engine room. This one brand new Sofian for you. Or not Pablo? We don't know. Pablo. Wow. Pablo in the engine room.
This is the time to communicate and rearrange. This This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, we're golden wrong. Oh, you mean so much to me.
So we want to thank everyone who came out tonight to our first meet and greet party and politics edition. Look out for the next one. I want to thank DJ Sense. I want to thank the man MCP for making sure we are live. And I definitely want to thank Tea Time for bringing the party to the politics. All right, thank you all so much. We are CDA Stacia.
This is the time to communicate and rearrange. This is our home. Let's come together and let's make a change. Stacia, we're golden wrong. Oh, you mean so much to me. We stand as one, a bright future that we can see. Oh, from around your start to the quill, Stacia is where our heart is. We still have time to make a change, so let's make a change. Don't you worry now. CDA Stacia has a plan for you. Don't you worry now. Yeah. CDA Stacia. Don't you worry now.